Happy Wednesday! Hope you guys are doing good. Welcome back to the Maker's Gonna Learn YouTube channel. We are so excited because today we're gonna be showing you guys a really cool hack.
Yes, and this is one, let's go ahead and preface today. This is one that we don't want you trying to work along with us.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to get your notebook out and get a pen, and we're gonna write down the steps together. It's not difficult once you know the steps, but it's so helpful once you figure it out. If you are a teacher or like a homeschool mom or anybody who likes to laminate things and make things look really nice and crispy, this is the tutorial for you.
This is the one that it's really just gonna...
It's like a lamination print and cut hack. So
yes.
We're gonna be going over that today. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully, even if you don't have anyone to make these books for, you can still like take techniques that we're gonna teach you today, because I feel like you can incorporate a lot of these techniques like in other crafts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So gonna be super fun.
We are still doing our Craft 40 promotion right now. In case you all want to jump in on membership, we are using a lot of different cut files today for this little busy book.
Yes.
Which it's so cute, first of all.
It is.
It's so cute. So if you're like, I think I want to try to make these, you can jump in on membership. We're doing a promotion right now using the code CRAFT40, which gives you 40% off our yearly membership. But we also, it's one of those things, if you're not 100% ready to commit to a year, but you want to kind of get in our website and look around, we do have the dollar deal for those that are kind of on the fence. What that's going to give you is it's going to give you 7 days unlimited access to our website. You're going to get 20 download credits, so you can get in there and check us out. It's one of those things, we stand behind our membership, so we think by giving you a little sneak peek for $1, it's just going to be one of those things where you're going to be like, oh, I really like this.
We're going to give you an inch and you're going to take a mile.
Yeah.
And we want you to.
Yeah.
I love it. So if you guys need to find any of the links that we mentioned today, they're all going to be in the description or in the chat box. If you're wanting to sign up for membership, Sadie is dropping links in the chat box for you guys. And if you have questions throughout the live stream, feel free to drop them there as well.
Absolutely.
And I did tell Lauren, I said, I'm going to teach it and I'm not going to answer questions until I get done with the tutorial, because it is very in-depth.
Yeah.
So it's very fun. I'm not trying to intimidate you guys. I'm just letting you know how it's going to kind of roll today. So hopefully you guys are excited, and should we get started?
I think so, because I think this is one that's going to take a minute.
Yeah, so, I agree. Okay.
Did I say 40%? I meant $40 off.
Yeah, 40 off.
Sorry.
Craft 40.
I meant $40, not 40%. My bad.
One day, maybe. Okay, so this is what we're going to be creating. Now, you can make these for whoever. River is my babysitter's son. He's so cute. So we're going to be able to customize this entirely. These are all MGL files and fonts. Is this not the cutest font ever? This is our font Kinder, and then our font Bouncin', and then there's this little robot guy. And then I've got all of these in here. Look, so this is all matching. But what I'm gonna be teaching you all is how to cut these shapes out and still have this sealed laminated edge around it, okay? And you can do this with any print and cut image. Now, these are super basic images, these shapes right here, but we get way more intricate. So we go into the seasons. I've got rainbow, storm, snow, and sun. You can customize these any way you wanted. If you wanted to do letters for them to like spell their name, that would be cute. And then I'm gonna use these animals as our prime example today. So we're gonna be doing that. And then what you're gonna need is obviously an inkjet printer. And then I've got these little key rings. Oh shoot, it keeps getting stuck. These little key rings are so cute. You can just use like a circular one. The dollar store has these, I believe.
Yes, they do.
But look how cute the star ones are. I just love these. I think these are, you can just clip it to your like car seat, or you know, something where they can just always have it. And then I even added a little zipper pouch, so all these pieces fit in this little zipper pouch. So y'all know I secretly, not secretly, but like low-key love making kid crafts. It's just like a low-key passion of mine. So any kind of craft I can make for my kids to use, I just love it. So you're gonna need inkjet printer. You're gonna need your Cricut. You're gonna need some heavy cardstock. Okay, so like, I mean, you could do like 60 pound. I think 60 pound would be fine because we are laminating them. So you're gonna need some laminating sheets, which I've got here. I have a laminator. This laminator is from Walmart. Did you link one on Amazon?
No, that one is from Amazon, and I linked the exact one.
Oh, cool. How much was it?
Give me a second, and
we
I
bought
will
it
tell you.
so long ago, y'all.
Yeah, because it said purchase like however many years ago.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like $30.
Oh, see, that's not bad. So now if you are like a teacher,
it's
you probably...
$30 right now.
Oh, that's not bad at all. I love laminating things. I don't know about y'all, but I love a good laminated something.
Yes.
And then I've got a light grip mat, but this is a really good light grip mat. I recommend a standard grip mat, a sticky, well-stickied standard grip mat. So that is all we're gonna be needing for today. All right, so let me get into Cricut Design Space. We're gonna get our fonts and kind of get everything set up, and then we'll jump into the depths of the tutorial.
Y'all know how yesterday I said that yesterday's project was literally 0 in Cricut Design Space? I feel like today's
is like the other end.
The other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Yesterday's was download it and then upload it, and it's the perfect size for what if you got that specific shadow box.
Yeah.
Today is very heavy in Design Space.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Alrighty.
No, Sharon, the laminated edges are not too sharp for little hands. I think they're fine.
Yeah, I think for the age that's going to be using, like doing matching and stuff.
Yeah, so you're
they're
looking
big
at
enough.
that age. I mean, you might can start at like 1.5 to 2, but they have to have the dexterity to like pick it up and put it
Pull
on
the
there,
Velcro off.
pull
I
it
feel like
off.
age
Yeah.
2, like when Ruby, she's a little over 2, and this is like perfect for her age.
Right.
Because she loves matching right now. Listen, my daughter refuses to tell me the colors of things, but if I give her a pink sticker and tell her to put it on the pink image, she can do it.
Right.
So she can match it, but she doesn't want to like say, that's the pink one, that's the purple one. So
Right.
that's why I love these little matchy games. And you know, your kids are gonna learn different, you know, than my kids. But this is such a good, helpful tool to have for those of you that have stubborn children like me. So anyways, okay, so we're just in Design Space now. I've got some layers over here. This is just from the previous project. Now this is the end result, okay? This is pretty much what we're gonna get to. So you're gonna have 3 squares per page that you wanna have like the little matching. So like our basic shapes, those would have 3 squares. Our animals, those will have 3 squares. And actually we'll start with basic shapes just to keep it simple for you guys. Just keep everything super simple and cut and dry. And you can only make these so big. So I'm making my books about 7 by 7. You can make them, I guess, technically like taller if you wanted. I just like this little square size. It's very compact, and I can put it like in the diaper bag or something like that just to carry around. So we're gonna start by just pulling in a basic square. So I'm gonna go to my shapes. If you wanna do a rounded square, you can do that. I'm just gonna stick with this basic square, okay? And we're gonna make it a 7 by 7 square. And I'm just gonna go ahead and change this to white. And we're gonna be using a lot of white. So I'm gonna go to our canvas down here. If you guys didn't know this, you can change the color of the background of Cricut Design Space, which is super helpful if you're working with a lot of like white, or if you want to be able to see better. So you can click that little canvas and then it pops up here, and you've got to pick a different color. So we could just do like, I don't know, let's do like this gray right here. Oh yeah, that's going to be helpful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Also, if the grid bothers you, I'm just showing this little side tangent. If the grid bothers you, you can go to your settings and go to canvas, and you can do no grid, which in this case, I love that. That makes me a little bit happier for some reason.
Yes.
I feel like it like cleans up the space.
You can also toggle through in the middle or on the top left corner where your numbers meet.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, there you go. Little hack for you. Okay, so I love this. I don't need the grid for really any reason right now, so that's perfect. So what I'm gonna do next is go get my images. So you can use basic shapes, like we just use these basic shapes right here. So I can just pull in a heart, I can pull in a star. I like the fatter star better.
Yeah.
I can pull in a circle, and let's pull in a triangle.
Yeah.
Or a square. Okay, and then I'm gonna just size these up a little bit. Let's do like 2, let's make them all 2.5. So I'm gonna select each one individually, and we're going to amp these up to 2.5. Okay, so far our steps have been pull in a square, 7-inch square, pull in your basic shapes, and resize them all to the same exact size. Okay, so we've got our shapes. The grid cannot be set to snap to line. That's a good, I wish sometimes that it could do that. Okay, so we've got our shapes right here, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and color these whatever color you want them to be. So let's just do, and you can go with the color scheme. I'm gonna do like a girly color scheme because I did one for River, I'm gonna do one for Ruby. Let's do like a pink purple, like a unicorn color scheme vibe. I think that would be fun. This is like the fun part for me, picking out all this stuff.
I know.
I'm gonna make this like a true purple because since we're learning colors, I don't want her to be like, that's kind of pink. You know what I mean? So pink, purple, blue, and I like this green. That's giving like kind of unicorn vibes.
Yeah, the blue needs to be a little bit more muted though.
I know.
In my opinion.
It's a little too. Not us being anal about
There we go. Down. Right there.
That's cute. It. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. That's cute. Okay. So we've got all of our shapes, and y'all, I wrote every single step to this down, and I want you guys to also write the steps down as we go because it's something that you need to do like 2, 3, 4 times, and then you're gonna be like, okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. So basically you're just pulling in your square, and then we're adding our shapes. That can be whatever shapes you want. It can be your basic shapes. You can put the animals. You can do whatever you want to do. Now, what we're gonna do is resize them. And now we're gonna need to duplicate all of these shapes. So I'm just gonna select one. I'm gonna hold the shift key down, and we're gonna select all these, okay? And I'm gonna hit duplicate. So we've got all of these right here, okay? And these are gonna be the silhouettes that we match them up to. You can keep them the same color, or you can make them black, but I think it's good. And listen, I'm not a teacher, Lauren, you can tell me. It's probably better to have them to match the color to the color. So you can say match the purple heart to the purple heart rather than find the heart and it's just black.
Right, it's. I think having the color is good. That way it's like you're matching both shape and color.
Yes, it's like getting 2 birds with 1 stone.
This for younger children. Now, if you're doing it for an older kid, once they get past that,
yeah.
If you want to just do shape and then do like Sin even said in the comments, write out the word, the color of the word.
Okay,
so
we can do that.
They recognize the written word.
Yes, I think that is also good. So let's do that right now before we go on to anything else. So we've duplicated our shapes. And I'm gonna zoom in here. So this is gonna be what it's gonna look like printed basically. So I wanna add in what Lauren is saying, we should add in the names of the shapes. So let's go ahead and add another square. I'm gonna send this to the back. And before I put the names, I'm gonna make sure all these shapes are lined up pretty evenly. So I'm gonna select 2. This is how I do it. Select 2, oops. Center vertically. Select 2, center vertically. Okay, we're gonna line, center vertically. And then I'm gonna do these 2 and center vertically. If this were Canva, we could tidy them up. I'm gonna select these 2, center horizontally. And then these 2 and center horizontally. Okay, so now everything is like perfectly lined up. So the next thing we're gonna wanna do is type out what we want the names of the shapes to be. So I'm gonna put heart, and I'm gonna make this that bouncing font. You can use whatever font that you want. Let me see if we've even got that downloaded in here. We don't. So let's go to the Maker's Gonna Learn website, and we are going to download one of the fonts off of our website, okay? And all of these are linked below if you guys are looking for the links to them. So we're gonna go to fonts and bouncing, just like this. Okay, so you just search for the font you need and then hit this little download icon, and it's gonna pop up here into a zip folder. I'm gonna open that, and then we're gonna double click on it, and then we're gonna hit install. Now, if that was way too fast, if you're new to Cricketing and you're like, whoa, can you slow back and go back and redo that? You can always rewind us, or you can get into our 30 days to master your Cricut, and we have a whole slowed down tutorial on how to download fonts, so, and images and everything. It's a whole detailed area. And then we're gonna go back to Cricut. So save what you've done. I'm gonna hit save. It's probably gonna have me name my project. Oh, I already have. And then we're gonna hit view and reload. Okay?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And now our font will be in there, which is so helpful. So I'm just going to select that word. Where'd she go? Where's she at? There she is. I'm gonna select it, open my fonts. All of my downloaded fonts live under system fonts. And I'm just gonna type in the name of it, and there it is. And this is like an all caps font. So stinking cute. Okay, so we're just gonna lower that down. I'm duplicating it so all the size and everything's the same. And then we'll line them up here in just a second. I wish when I duplicated it wouldn't pop up here to the corner.
I know.
Let's see, circle, and then duplicate. You can also Command C to copy, Command V to paste.
Command D to duplicate.
Command D to duplicate, yep. Triangle. Okay, now what I'm noticing is these shapes are a little bit big, so we're wanting to have a slight offset on our shapes. I'm going to show you guys again what it looks like. So overhead, I want it to have that slight offset for the lamination, so we need to consider that whenever we're making the shapes to their proportional sizes on the canvas. So we're gonna need to make these just a little bit smaller. So right now they're like 2.5. So I'm just gonna go through and shrink these down a little bit. I wanna have room for that edge on the laminating sheet. While that seems really meticulous, I promise you're gonna be glad that you did that. Otherwise it's gonna look weird. Now you can go through and make these exactly the same size if you wanna do that. I'm just shrinking them all down a hair. And then I'm gonna go back through and line everything up, okay? This is gonna make it look professional. If this is something you wanted to sell, I feel like these would sell. I don't know how much you'd sell them for, but I feel like this is something you could definitely sell. Okay, so I'm selecting them all, center horizontally, and I'm actually gonna scoot them up a little bit. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. And since I did change the size, I want to keep all of these the same size, okay, the whole time. They always need to be the same size. I'm going to hold the shift key down and duplicate. So now these are all the same size as those. Before we go on, does anybody have any questions? We haven't really got that into it yet. Nope, nope. Kelly, you can totally make the words the same color as your images if you want to do that. So, okay, back in Design Space. So we've got our first one. This is our, we're gonna call this our actual image square. Would that make sense to everybody if I call
That's the one that it stays on the ring.
Yes, this is the one that you see. This is This layer with the names is this one. We can call it the name layer if we want.
Okay.
But we are gonna need to, that needs to just be flattened. So everything's gonna be printed out and cut all together, okay? It's very easy. It's just like if you were doing a sticker or something like that, you would just flatten everything together. So you wanna make sure everything is selected so you can click and drag, select it, and then flatten it.
Note number one.
Note number one.
Base layer, we'll call it our base layer.
Base layer.
Base layer needs to all be flattened together. Everything on your base layer needs to be flattened together.
All of it.
Number one.
Yes. So that's the easiest layer. And then what you're gonna do is we're gonna select these little guys right here. So we're just leaving our flattened layer over here. Forget about it, okay? It's just gonna sit over there. We're gonna go, hold your shift key down, and we're going to select all of these. If you need to, come to your layers panel and hold the shift key and click them. Sometimes it's easier, especially where they're in a square. It like doesn't want to let you click it. And we're going to select them all. Actually, rewind. We're gonna select each individual one and we're gonna add an offset. Now, I did like a 0.13 offset. 0.25 is a little big in my opinion, but you can do whatever you think looks better, even maybe like a 0.15. Okay, so you can see that blue line, that's how thick your offset's gonna be. That's how thick the clear laminate is gonna stick off of the shape.
Now, someone was saying something earlier about the sharp edges.
Yes.
This is great because this offset we're putting on here already has the rounded edges, so you don't have those sharp points. No matter what shape you have, they're always gonna have a rounded corner.
Right, right. So that makes it much better for little hands. So I'm just gonna hit apply, okay, and it's gonna give us that offset. You can see the offset over here. And then I'm gonna select the circle and we're gonna go add an offset. And it should default to whatever size you already put in it. So it's gonna default to that 0.15, which is perfect. We want the same size offset for all of them. And are you guys seeing now why we had to shrink the size of our shapes? Because we would have run out of space. I mean, it would have been close. We might not have, but it would have been really close.
Right.
So I'm gonna select all of these. Beautiful. Okay, now, over here in the layers panel is really helping us out today. So you can see each of these offset layers are titled offset. We need to select every offset layer. So I'm gonna select the triangle offset. I'm gonna hold my shift key down and select my circle offset. Keep the shift key held down. We're gonna select the star, keep it held down and hit the heart, and then they're all selected. Then I can come over here, click one time, hold it down, and bring it over.
Okay, let's take a pause. Note number 2, create an offset for your images or your shapes.
Create an offset for each individual shape.
Yes, create an offset for each individual shape. We've got that. That's note number 2.
Yes.
Note number 3, select them all and move them over to a third square, right?
Yes, we're about to add another square.
Okay.
All right, so perfect. Thank you for that, Lauren.
Sorry, I'm just wanting to make sure
appreciate
everybody gets their notes taken for this.
No, I appreciate it.
We do not want confusion.
Right. So I'm gonna select that other square and I'm gonna just duplicate it, okay? Because remember, in the beginning we had 3 squares. So this is where we're getting to where we need to be. So I've got my 3 squares, so we created that offset. Now, what we're gonna need to do is, hold on, this is where it starts getting fun. We'll say fun, right?
We'll say fun.
So we need to print and cut these shapes out right here, okay? These all need to, let's see, right now they're on basic cut. So these need to all be printed and cut out, as well as the square. So I'm going to, right now they're at basic cut. That would mean we were gonna like cut it out of vinyl or something. I want to print it and cut it. So up here, there's an operation manual. So I've got an operation manual, an operation menu. I've got my triangle selected from our second square, okay, I've got a shape selected. We're gonna go print and cut. Do you see the line disappear? That's telling me that it's switched from a basic cut to a print and cut. Even over here in the layers panel, you can see it changed to a print and cut, okay?
Now I know we're gonna have people ask, why not flatten it all together? You're gonna see and understand why here in just a minute.
Yes.
Really what you need to do is each individual shape, you need to go in there and change it from a basic cut to a print and cut.
Yes.
We're not flattening it to the square. Because if you flatten it to the square, it's literally just going to print all those and cut the square and not cut your shapes out.
Exactly. So we're telling it right now by changing those shapes to a print and cut, we're telling Cricut, hey, you need to print those images and cut around them as well, okay? If we just flattened the square with all those 4 shapes, it's gonna do what Lauren said and cut around the square. So I'm flattening the images, and then I'm gonna attach those images to the square. So they're still gonna stay where they're at, which is what we want, but we need to cut them out individually as well. So I've flattened all of my shapes, okay? And then we're going to select all of this and attach. Okay? Good?
Yeah. Yes.
What?
Not to confuse you,
Okay, tell me.
but you shouldn't have to attach to the square because they're getting taken out anyway. They don't have to be in square. We just have to make sure the offsets and that square stays together.
Yes, but I do it to all the layers so we don't forget,
Okay.
so we don't get
Beautiful.
confused.
Okay.
Because we're going to repeat it. Yeah. So just attach it to the square. And then, okay, so this is, I'm not even going to talk about that because I think
Okay.
that they'll get confused. I know what you're saying, though.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Lauren is just too smart for her own good. Okay, so then we're going to need to, hold on one second. Let me find my offsets. Okay. All of these right here, I need to, let's see, we're going to flatten the square and keep these as basic cuts, okay? So on the silhouette area, we're going to flatten our square, okay? This allows the Cricut to turn this into a technical print then cut. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Because we need the registration marks, so just do what I say. Well, also, why did our canvas change back? I needed it to be dark gray so you guys can see what's going on. So we flattened the square with our offsets over here. We flattened just the square.
What note number are we on? Are we on note number 4?
We went
Or
rogue.
5?
We went rogue.
Okay. Okay. We need to take notes. So the second square that you all have, the square stays a basic cut, and the images are turned into print and cut.
Yes.
The third square, the square turns into a print and cut.
This square.
Yes, and our offsets stay
As basic
basic
cuts.
cut.
Okay. And we're going to select those offsets in that square and attach.
So it's literally just the opposite.
Yeah. Okay, so I want y'all to look. Are we all on the same page?
Kim said we were on note number 4.
Okay, perfect.
So note number 5 is your second square. Write this down. Note number 5. Second square, the main square stays basic cut. Images inside the square are turned into print and cut. Note number 6, your third square or your offset square, the square turns into a print and cut, and the offsets or images inside are basic cut.
And you're going to attach those to that square.
And then attach them together.
Yes, very important. Okay, good deal. I don't see any comments.
No questions so far.
Okay.
I'm
If
in the
it's-
comments answering your questions if you would like to ask a question.
And sometimes I think through these steps, it seems like, why would you do it that way? Just trust me, okay? I've done it
Trust.
like 57 times.
Trust.
I've done it 57 times. I'm just saying, just listen to me. And y'all, at the end of this, if you're like, why would you do that? Please don't say that. I worked really hard on this. I've been nervous all morning. I've been nervous about teaching y'all. Okay, so everything should be exactly where we need it to be. Okay?
Okay.
Are you going to go put paper in there for me?
I am, and I'm going to grab a charger.
Perfect. You can grab mine.
I'm going to.
So we're using the Explorer 3. I like when I'm doing print and cut to make sure I've got the right machine selected. Bianca, I had 15 steps of notes. So that's why Lauren was like, what step are we on? I was like, girl, I went rogue a long time ago. So y'all just take your own notes and number them out, you think. So make sure your Cricut is selected. We're gonna go to Make. Okay. And we are going to skip these animals. We're going to do this layer right here. So this was our second layer. So this was our first one, this was our second square, and this was our third square. Okay? We're gonna print this one right now. You wanna make sure every square should be in a print and cut registration box. If it's not, you've done something wrong. So this one has these registration marks, okay? This one has them, and this one has them. That's what we want, all right? So select this one. We're gonna select continue, and then we're gonna send it to the printer. Now we're using a pretty heavy cardstock, so I want to make sure to use the rear tray, and I'm also gonna keep the bleed on. So I've got add bleed, use system dialog, and we're gonna hit print. Now a dialog box is gonna pop up behind Design Space, and I'm going to feed from rear tray at best quality, okay? And then we're gonna print it.
Bianca says, I've been writing my own steps. Now I've got 14.
I told her, I said we
Beautiful.
went rogue, but I had 15 steps in total written down for myself. In totality though.
In totality.
So, in totality. Okay.
Every time I hear the word totality now, I think of path of totality.
What is that?
The eclipse. Everybody was talking about the path of who's in the path of totality.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, we were not in the path of totality. We were not. We didn't even see it. Me and Sadie were here. We didn't even see it. It was so rainy and foggy.
Oh, I didn't see crap that day either.
Oh yeah, you were in Knoxville.
I was in Knoxville and there was nothing.
Sad day, sad day. Okay, this is the time for questions. We're waiting for it to print. Pop them in the chat. I know y'all got questions.
Also, I just now thought, this cardstock that we do, you need to cut it on craft board. That's where you get your good cuts.
Or glitter cardstock,
Craft board.
that real thick stuff.
I've always cut this heavy cardstock on craft board.
Okay.
By the way, FYI, everyone, we are using, this is 120 pound cardstock.
That's why, because I
That's
thought it
why.
was 80 pound. We don't
No.
have it labeled because we bought
No.
like 50 bags
It's
of
120.
paper.
So that's why I
That's
cut it
why.
on, because even on heavy cardstock is 110.
Okay.
So it's like doesn't give
It
it enough
doesn't.
pressure.
Yeah,
So
because
cutting
this
it on-
morning I was cutting it and I was like, why is it not?
I just now thought of that.
Yeah, that's why. I was trying to cut it on glitter cardstock, which is normally my go-to, but we're gonna cut it on craft board. So this is 120 pound cardstock. Okay, so you're gonna take your print and then cut, and we're going to burnish this down. Okay, and then we're gonna go back into Design Space, and I'm gonna browse all materials, and I'm gonna type in a crafts board, okay, craft with a K, K-R-A-F-T board. And then we're gonna hit done. And do you use more pressure normally? No? Okay.
No, ma'am.
All right, so we're just gonna send this in.
Full send.
Full send, everybody, full send. Okay. I'm so
Now,
excited.
Lorraine did ask earlier that we missed, can you select all of the shapes together and then change them all to print and cut? I think you can, but we wanted to do, the reason that we taught it this way is just because it's a repetition, and you all know that when you're, or if you don't know, when you are teaching something and you are trying to teach something, repetition is what gets everybody to understand where you're going. So like repeating ourselves and doing them individually was a very strategic plan.
Yes.
So, but To answer your question, yes, you can go to your layers panel, select all 4 shapes, and change them all from basic shape to print and cut at one time if you want to.
Yes. I just wanted to make sure like nobody missed anything. So I'm trying to be like super, super thorough. Kelly, we are fixing.
We do all the time.
We're cutting 120-pound cardstock on Explorer. Yeah, we do it all the time.
all the time.
And where I had a bleed on this, thank God I did, because you can tell.
It's off just a little bit.
It's just a little off, but adding the bleed to full color shapes helps so much, because if your calibration, like if your machine's not perfectly calibrated, it really like gets it all in there.
Also, you all don't have to use 120-pound cardstock. This is just what we have.
Yes.
So
honestly,
that's what
like
we're
60
using.
or 80 would be
80 would be
fine.
perfect for this because you are laminating it, so it's going to give it that extra oomph, the extra support that it needs. This is just, if I had, honestly, we're probably just trying to, I'm just trying to use this cardstock up because it's very thick.
Gosh, and we've had it forever.
I know, we've had it so long. So it's like we're trying to use it up so we can order like actual heavy cardstock,
like the weight that we want, you know?
The exact weight that we want, yes.
Yeah. Okay, I am just.
Christine says she sees your notes. Yeah. Listen, we have to have notes ourselves.
Oh yeah. And this is like something that I don't do all the time. You know, like most of the stuff that we teach you guys, we do on a regular basis. So like I don't need to have notes. Like, but this is a special skill.
It is a special skill, and
Yeah.
Alicia spent a lot of time figuring this out herself. So she had to take notes as she was making this.
Yes. Okay, so we can just kind of get rid of all this extra stuff. For this particular square, I'm gonna take off all my shapes and set them to the side momentarily. Okay, those colors are adorbs. And then we're gonna print the offsets and cut them out. So we need to go to this layer right here, okay? We're gonna send to printer. Sorry, I keep running you, Lauren.
It's okay.
And then
Exercise.
I'm gonna turn off the bleed for these, and then I'm going to hit print and rear tray and best quality. Okay, print. Beautiful, beautiful. This is a great video to go back and rewatch too.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
gonna have to.
I mean, I would show you guys my notes, but I don't want you to get like confused. There's lots of stuff marked out. Like, I mean, I'll show you. This is what it looks like. This is me. There's like shorthand. I didn't even spell out words right.
Notes.
There you go. That's the notes. I'm like notorious for having a notebook. I actually just restarted. This is a fresh.
Fresh notebook.
Yeah, it's a fresh notebook. These notebooks are so good. We got these on Amazon like last summer, and these are my favorite. This is my emotional support notebook because I have to write everything down. Lauren has a big brain. She doesn't have to write anything down. Let's be nice.
Hey.
That's good. That's okay.
Okay.
We don't need it to show anything. I don't know why I did that though. That's weird because they're colored. They're black.
Yeah, but they were basic cut, not.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I think it's fine though. It's
Okay.
fine. Okay.
You didn't turn them to printing yet.
Yes. Oh, there's an ant. Go on, little buddy. Could y'all see him?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to line this up. I just want it to be like as perfectly lined up as I can be. Like I said, if you've got a standard grit mat, I would use that. This is like a really sticky light grit mat. And we're gonna cut this on craft board still because it's still that really thick. Okay, hit done. All right, beautiful. Now, if we did it right, it'll cut our shapes out.
You will, because they're still on the page. So
You can't see them on the print and cut, so it stresses me out every time. I'm like,
I'm gonna hyperventilate.
I have to talk, but I wish I didn't have to speak right now because I don't want to mess it up. Because listen, the first few times I did it, I would mess it up like 3 times until I would finally until it would finally click for me. So if you do this and you do it wrong, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Just think like, I did it, Alicia did it wrong too. And she should know what she's doing.
As Asher used to say as a widow taught, it's Gus okay, Mom.
It's Gus okay.
It's Gus okay.
I love things that babies say. I love it. Okay, what the F? I know. We're gonna do the rest of it. I just wanted to take you guys through like the tutorial, and then we're gonna design the cover, because that is just literally like throwing some elements together and then printing and cutting it. We'll do that too. So we're gonna do the cover and we're gonna do this, and then we'll be good to go. Yeah. And I linked.
One thing that I did forget to add.
What?
We don't have the Velcro pieces, but I will.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah. I'll get a link for the Velcro pieces and have it added to the description.
Where did I set those Velcro pieces? We have like little Velcro dots. That is what you want to get for
these. Do you need them?
Yeah, eventually.
Okay,
I just don't know where I everything that I needed I put in here, but I don't know where I put the Velcro dots. Okay, it cut our shapes. We did it right. We did it right, you guys. Lorinda, so it came out all white. I'm going to show you guys. Let me make sure this cut. Oh, yeah. Okay, look. So we printed it. It came out all white because we flattened the square, and then we made the shapes into just basic cuts. So even though they were black, they weren't a print and cut, okay? But since those basic cuts were attached to our white square that was flattened, it still allowed us to have the registration marks, okay? So that is how, and we need those registration marks, and you're about to understand why. So what we're gonna do next is I'm going to take all this off. We need this part, okay? We don't need the shapes right now. Then you're going to get your lamination sheet. So you're going to get one lamination sheet, and we're going to open it up.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, this is where the trick is, okay? This is why we cut the offset. So we're tricking our Cricut. We're hacking our Cricut, basically, which is like my favorite thing to do. So I'm going to slide this little registration box up into my lamination sheet, okay? So we're going to slide it right there. I'm going to lay this in here, because it cut it out so I know exactly where to lay it. And then I'm gonna get my shapes and place them inside. Now you're kind of eyeballing this. You just wanna make sure the area around the shapes is even, okay? Just wanna kind of make sure it looks good all the way around. Okay. All right. Do you see how there's like a little edge around all of them? Okay.
Now the next step is very important.
Yes.
This is to just kind of to ensure, like, anyway, I'll just hush.
And then I'm gonna close this over top of it. And then we're going to use the laminator. We're gonna laminate, okay? Now these will move around a little bit, so just be mindful when you pick them up.
And try putting your hand underneath the laminating sheet and then holding it there so it doesn't go down as it goes through your laminator.
So I'm just gonna send this through 2 times and do it 3 times if you're feeling frisky. But we wanna really make sure that it seals in. If you do it 1 time, it just doesn't do it well enough. Now, if you have a more heavy duty laminator, it might be fine with just 1, but we're gonna pass it through twice, okay?
Megan says this is genius.
Thanks, Megan. It hurts my brain to do it a little bit, but we are making it. So it's gonna go through slowly but surely. And then we're gonna send it through a 2nd time. So I did basic shapes, but you guys can do the weather pieces that we linked for you guys. You can do the animals. The animals, now they will come in like grouped together. So you can do like, you'll have to slice the animals out from each other, or we have them individually as well. We link the individual ones. Are they SVGs linked individually, or were they PNGs? Just make sure they're flattened.
I think I forgot to put the individual ones in there.
It's okay. If you pull in the animal PNGs, you just have to take a circle and slice them.
So the one that we have linked below, let me just go ahead and tell you all, the one that we have linked below has all of the animal heads together. However, if you go to the Makers Gonna Learn website, and let's say you search in the cut files for the zebra, or let's do tiger. If you'll type in tiger head, now that sounds kind of weird, like tiger head, but it will pop up. Same thing with like the zebra and the bear. Let me try that again, because BERA is not, it's not going to come up for there. Do we have a bear? Is there a bear?
There should be. There should be one of each of them. Okay, so we laminated it. We're putting it back on the mat, and you need to line the paper up to the edge of your grid on your mat. Do not line it up with your laminating sheet. Right. You need to line it up with the paper with the edge of the grid, okay? And I'm just gonna burnish this down really good. Now, if your mat's not sticky, make sure you got a sticky mat or these will slide everywhere. Honestly, I'm gonna tape it.
Tape it.
One thing about me, I'm gonna tape it.
Oh, also, what the F was talking about decorate the front of your notebook, not the actual what we're doing today.
Oh, I don't decorate them because they're so full of like busy notes that, oh, here's the tape.
Oh, I could have grabbed that.
That's okay.
My B.
That's okay. I don't decorate the front of my notebook because it's so busy on the inside. I just need some good, clean, organizational, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna just put a couple pieces of tape around here. You just don't want this moving. After all that work, we don't want to sacrifice any of our hard work.
Yep.
Okay, beautiful. It's taped down. Now let's go back into design space. Which layer do I cut? Right now, it's wanting to do this. That is not what we want to do. We're gonna cut that offset layer again, okay? So the one that we just printed and cut, we're doing it again, all right? Cricut doesn't know that we put in our shapes. They don't know that we put a laminating sheet on it.
Right.
But what we're gonna do is change our material to Mylar. And then, let me bring this over here. We're gonna switch it to Mylar, hit done. I'm gonna do more pressure, and then we're gonna send this back through the Cricut. Okie dokie.
Yes, Jennifer, when in doubt, tape it out, always.
Period. We tape everything.
My trust issues don't allow me to not tape half the time.
I know. You're getting better though.
I am getting better.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna hit go. I'm just gonna hit go. I'm gonna let this see itself all the way through, and then we'll go back into design space and do a cover. But yeah.
Got to see it through, my boy.
Got to see it through. Got to see it through. Oh, love it. Jennifer said, okay, so I thought you were gonna do something like this. I was thinking if I did it, I would do it a little different, but after seeing what you did, I like this way too. I'd be curious to see how y'all would do it. I would love to know. If you have an easier way to do it, please tell me. Because I like making these, but golly bun.
So the only thing that I was thinking about personally is with the with the shapes that you cut out.
Yeah.
The only thing I would do different myself would be I would just leave the shapes and not attach them to a square. So like if the print and cut, like the original one, if it had like the 4 little shapes on the bottom, I would just waste one less piece of paper.
Oh.
That's all I was thinking.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see if this cut through before I pull them off. Not enough for my liking. But it's wanting to come up. Hold on. Hold the phone, everybody. Yeah, that needs to cut. Let's just send it through one more time. I'm hoping they don't move. So I didn't unload it, and it's gonna recut these for me. And I'm hoping they don't pop off my
sis.
Don't pop off, sis, please.
Don't pop off, sis.
Don't
right now.
pop off, sis. Cool, 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 cool.
Cuckoo. I wonder what the pressure settings for Mylar and craft board is. Because craft board, you have 2 passes anyway.
Right. Like you think it would just work better to just cut it.
I don't know. I would just like to know you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very possible, honestly.
Look how good.
Look, now I'm gonna send these back through the laminator before I show them to you guys because they're a little, like, they're not laminated well enough for me, for my liking.
What setting do you have it on? What
3
setting?
mLs.
Move it up to 5.
Okay. Wouldn't that put more space in between it?
No, so it's how thick your laminating sheets are, is
I
what they're
know.
talking about. You need to pull those out the back. So the thicker it is, the hotter it gets.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Beautiful. Listen, send them through as many times as you want until they're nice and crispy. There's my star. I'm gonna go overhead.
Jennifer was saying, I was thinking of cutting the offset out of the laminate sheet. The only problem with that is before it's laminated, it's 2 separate ones. So like when it goes to cut it, like moves the top piece around.
Mm-hmm.
But I see where you're going at as cutting the laminate and then laminating it together. But it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe that would work.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, now let's go back into Design Space. I did another map. Okay, and then we're going to print this layer right here, and it should just cut around everything.
I think I need to put another piece of paper. I think we only had 2. Give me just a second.
Okay, and I just put 2 pieces because I'll print the cover too.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to turn off the bleed, use the system dialog, and hit print. And then I'm going to hit rear tray, best quality, and then I'm going to print when Lauren tells me to. Would moving the white star wheels to where they go right over the shapes maybe help keep them in place for the second cut? Yeah, you could definitely try that.
Okay, go.
Okay, I'm going to print it. And this should just cut all the way around what we've designed. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hit Mylar because I'm going to laminate it and then cut it. Beautiful. Lauren is dancing over here. I'm just honestly glad that we made it through this together, everybody.
We made it together.
I was like, I'm gonna forget how to do this. But yeah, this is like a love project. Definitely something you make for someone that you care about very much because it takes a lot of effort. But what's cool is you can, like all these little loose pieces, as a mother of a toddler, I can't stand little pieces. I can't stand it. I'll just throw them away. If they're floating around my house for 2 days in a row, they're going in the trash can. I literally cannot deal with it.
But the cool thing about this is once you create the first one and you know what you're doing, you can keep it as a template.
Yeah.
And just like create more, like you already have your front piece made.
Mm-hmm.
You can just keep adding more to your ring.
Yeah, right. So, yeah. Anyways, if anything, I hope you guys feel inspired to make something new or to use some new materials like a laminator. Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna laminate this one and then cut it, and then we will design our cover, which is very simple. And the good thing about using laminated sheets is these are dry erase, so our front cover, even though it's really cute, it also doubles as, like if you had a dry erase marker, they can practice writing their name.
And we also have those Kinder dots. It's like the Kinder font that we have.
Yes.
We also have it in dot form that they can trace.
Like trace it, yeah. Carrie says, why do you have to cut the box around the laminated shape part? You don't technically. That's what we were talking about earlier because I attached it. You don't technically. But that was just the creative process that I went through, and I didn't want to skip a step. So, yeah. in my brain, however my brain works, I just wanted to do every square the same spacing for all the shapes, the same size. Like I had to do it that way in order for it to make sense to me. But if you feel confident and you want to do it that way, listen, do it. Oh, that's hot as crap.
I told you it would make it hotter.
It does. Karen just ordered a laminator.
Yep.
I love it. This little baggie, I don't even know where these came from. They were just in the office and I was like, that's perfect for my shapes.
Those are actually
sublimation
pencil pouches. I linked some canvas ones for today's project, but if you do have the stuff to do sublimation, you could just get like the sublimation ones and it's like a twofer.
Yeah, for sure. And someone mentioned using lamination sheets. You could totally do that, but you wouldn't be able to do the like clear edge technique that we did.
And then we also, like through this process, it was also the thoughts of, well, what if people are saying, well, why don't you just cut it out with scissors or whatever? So with lamination, a lot of time, especially with those like little tiny pieces, if you laminate something and then cut like on the exact edge of like the paper, the lamination is not sealed together then at that point.
Right. Like this is about to unseal the lamination technically, but I'm just going to send it back through the laminator. These seem to have done fine.
Yeah, they will be. It will be fine, but like those pieces are going to be pulled off and like messed with a lot more than the big part.
That's very true. Okay, and then we're just going to send this in, and it should just cut our little square out. Okay, now while that's going, it's just going to cut it out. We're going to go File, New Window. Did you guys know you could do this? You can open up multiple windows while you're working, while you're cutting. Okay, I'm gonna hit go.
I don't think you can do a laminated sheet with a heat press. It gets way too hot.
I think so too, yeah. It's like there's 3 mLs or 5 mLs, so obviously you can tell there's like a very slight difference, like it's very particular on the heat settings and the pressure and stuff. Okay, so this printer you guys linked is only for printing and making stickers, right? Or can you use it for sublimation too? Daisy, that is an inkjet printer that we linked. If you want to sublimate, you have to convert an inkjet printer or buy a sublimation printer, but we linked an inkjet printer because we were working with print and cut today. Okay, so I'm just gonna hit new project and we're gonna do a square that is 7 by 7, the same measurements of everything else that we've made today. And I'm gonna change it to white. I'm gonna change my canvas color so you guys can see.
You're gonna have to just go ahead and press play again and send that back through.
Oh my.
Because you're cutting the cardstock and the lamination, so I don't think the Mylar is gonna be enough.
I might have to send it through 3 times, heck.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what we're gonna do is type out our initial. I'm gonna do an R. And we're going to go to our system fonts. This is
I don't know if this is that same ant, but it's over here on this charger now on my computer.
It's on a journey. Just let it.
It's on a new journey now.
Lauren.
It got flicked across the room.
Okay, here. I'm going to hit play again. It needs to be cut a 3rd time. So it's cutting through lamination and
that heavy cardstock.
Yeah, but honestly, we probably should cut it on craft board. Okay, and then I'm going to type in is for Ruby, Rooney, and I don't think, maybe we have that Kinder font. I think we've used it recently. Kinder Kids. Nope, that's not the one. Okay, so let's go get that font from our website. This is the Kinder font. I love this font. It's so cute. Hit download. It's going to pop into a zip folder. We're going to open it. And then double click it and install. And then go back to Cricut. We're gonna save our project. R is for Ruby. Save it. And then we're gonna reload Design Space. Listen, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I just need to pop it. It's like snagged in 2 little spots. We'll fix that in a minute. Okay, now did I reload already? I'm gonna select that, go to System, type in Candor. There she is. Look how cute. I love this so much. And then you can pick whatever image you want over here. Let's go get a unicorn real quick. Unicorn. Inicorn is what Ruby calls it. An inicorn. Oh, let's go to cut files. And we're gonna type in unicorn. Deborah, you could cut this with a deep cut blade probably. And it would definitely cut better. Uh-huh. If that's what you wanted to do. Oh, that one's cute. Oh.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Download. It's gonna go into a zip folder. And then there's the PNG. Then I'm gonna open up Cricut Design Space and go to Upload. There we go. Upload image. And then I'm just gonna drag and drop that from my Finder or my File Explorer if you're on a Windows. Maybe. Okay, and then hit continue. And we're gonna do flat graphics. So we're not converting this to layers, we just need the PNG. So I'm gonna select this one and then we're gonna hit continue, upload. Oh my gosh, what a cute little unicorn. Oh, I love it.
So cute.
It is so cute. So it's gonna be pretty small. And I'm actually gonna flip it horizontal. I want it to face the R. No, I lied. Okay. And then I'm just gonna change the colors. What?
Is the trans? Oh, no, it's just where you selected it. I can see like the R behind the unicorn and I was like, is the transparency of the unicorn like? No, I don't see it.
You thought it was down, you thought that the unicorn was transparent? Okay, I'm just gonna make those pink.
Now, I know that I'm surprised we haven't had somebody ask the question. Where the lines don't connect, for rivers, it's like you have to have a character, right?
Oh, you know what? Did I not put spaces in between
I don't
it?
think you did, but
Okay.
you like capitalized the F and the R.
I didn't capitalize the F. That looks better though. That's what I did for rivers.
Yeah.
There's no spaces. Don't tell anybody. So if that bothers you, you could just technically like put Ruby.
Or what you could do if you have the space is do the space, but then get a line. No, like get a line from from the basic shapes.
But like, is it gonna be the right thickness?
Actually, you're right, it doesn't.
I mean, listen, it looks good.
It doesn't matter, it's fine like that.
Nobody noticed before that I had spaces, or I didn't have spaces. I think that's cute. I think that's cute. Okay, you can do whatever makes your heart happy, okay? Makes me happy. I'm gonna select everything and we're gonna flatten it. Look how cute that is. And then you would just go to make it, print it, and cut it the same way that we just did this one. And make sure to cut it on craft board and don't unload it until you have cut it all the way through, okay? So if it doesn't cut through, all you're gonna need to do is send it back through. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and send this one actually. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to now. Make it. So we're gonna go make it, print it, continue. Yeah, Renee, we're gonna fix that font for you guys. Send to printer. We don't need the bleed. A rear tray, best quality, print. Cool, cool, cool.
We'd like to fix this printer. It's like you have to hit next and that other.
I know.
Every single time.
It just started doing that.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
And so you would just go put your Velcro dots. What I like to do is put put them on together. So put the sticky side down and then put the other side on it as well, and then line it up and stick it down. That way it's exactly in the middle. And you would do that with all of them. Thanks. Where'd you find those?
There's a box for them.
I was looking everywhere. Okay, so I'm just gonna take one side, attach it to the other side, put it on the back of this, and then line it up. That way it Velcros right in the middle. Perfect. And these are pretty sticky. These ain't gonna come off, you know what I'm saying?
I almost had it on the mat for you.
That would have been awesome. Sick moves, bro.
Sick moves.
Okay, and then this one. Oh, those aren't gonna come off. Okay. Her little star. Oh my gosh, so cute. I should laminate this and then cut. We're gonna cut this one on craft board so we don't send it through 15 times, and then we'll be done. I promise. Okay, before we go, before we end the craft, does anyone have any questions? I know there was lots of steps here. You guys can go back and watch this as many times as your heart desires, okay? It will be on the channel. So if you don't want to make it today, but you want to make it later, it'll be here.
It'll be there for you.
It'll be there for you. And tomorrow is our master class. We are making a Mother's Day card. It's a pop-up Mother's Day card, okay? It's very cute.
I don't even, would it be pop up or?
Pop in the crack. It does, it pops in the crack. It's a pop in the crack card. That's pretty much what it does. It's kind of a pop-up.
It is.
It's got like 3D flowers. It's like a little flower bouquet.
It's very, very cute.
I love it. All right, this takes forever. I think I will do a pink star. Let's do, see, and you can match the little stars to it. I just think that's so fun. Okay, line your paper up. And then in Design Space, we're gonna cut this on craft board, okay? I may need to hit done on my old.
You do.
Or sometimes it won't let you connect if you don't cancel. Okay, browse on materials, craft board, and then done, and we'll send it through. Beauty, 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 beauty. Okay, Lauren, do you want to tell them about the sale while I go get the hole puncher?
Yeah. So, side note, when loading laminating sheets on the center. Yeah, when you are loading laminating sheets, you do always have to load the sealed edge first. Give me a minute.
Ah!
You didn't tape.
See, this is what happens. This is why we have trust issues.
This is why we have trust issues.
Okay, you continue on. Sorry. That's what I get.
Anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video and you want access to all of the files that we have on our membership, or if you want to learn how to use your Cricut, maybe today was a little bit more advanced for you and you want to bring it back to basics, we have an amazing Master Your Cricut in 30 days within our membership, and we are doing an amazing sale right now where if you use code CRAFT40, you're going to get $40, not percent, $40 off of your membership, and you get to craft with us for a full year, which is amazing. Or if you are kind of on the fence, but you're like, I'm not 100% sure, like I want to check it out before I buy it. If you're like me, I'm definitely a try before I buy kind of gal. So you can jump in on our membership for $1 for 7 days. What that's going to give you is it's going to give you unlimited access to our website. You're going to get 20 download credits, meaning those downloads are going to be 5 cents a download. Now that doesn't matter. It does not matter if you want cut files or fonts. You can mix and match. You can go all fonts. You can go all cut files. It really is up to you. Now do be aware that if you decide to do the $1 membership, you do get 7 days after that. If you do not cancel within that 7 days, you do become a monthly member, which is still an amazing deal. We think that it's a great option for those that don't want to pay the full price up front. It's no commitment, cancel whenever you want. So just know that that option is available for you. But another thing is if you decide to craft with us, join our membership for a year using code CRAFT40, we still have like a couple spots left. What we're going to do is we're going to send you our new font pairing guide. We just released it last week, where we have paired a lot of our fonts on our website together, so you know which fonts look best with which excuse me, multiple fonts that look good together. You get what I'm saying?
It's so helpful, you guys. I'm not just saying that. The font, like the Cricut reference guide is really good. It's really good. But the font pairing handbook, you just can't beat it.
You can't.
You just can't beat it. It's so good. Okay. I had to cut this a second time on craft board, but not a third time. So there you go. All right, unload it. And then you can just punch a hole. You could also add a hole and have it cut it out. But listen, I was not trying to cut anything more than I had to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Not when a hole punch does the job just as good.
Right. And then I'm just gonna line it up. And I shouldn't have put that daggum ring in there. I like to make a mark and then go back. This is a really good project example for sometimes, what is happening? It's static. I do things differently than I teach things. If you're a teacher, I think that you probably get that, but or a crafter, if you're showing someone how to craft something, I do things way different than the way that I teach you guys. So this is a good example of that, I feel. But anyways, look how cute. And then you can just add in whatever pages that you want. I mean, these are perfect for road trips and I don't even need to sell it to you. Okay, cool deal.
Love it.
Love it.
If anyone has any questions, now would be a great time to ask your questions.
Yes.
That way we can answer those for you guys. Everybody's been pretty quiet as far as questions. I feel like they've been taking in a lot of information.
I hope that's what that means.
It's one of those things, it can be overwhelming. Please don't let this overwhelm you. Just go back and rewatch, because I really do think it's going to elevate a lot of different things. It's just one of those, it's a skill set to have, knowing you have a lot of different moving parts with this specific project. So it's going to help you in a lot of other projects as well, I really feel like.
Yeah, I agree.
We are going to get that one font, the Kinder letters font fixed. So please bear with us while we get that fixed. We're going to have them fix that. That way the space also includes the top 2 lines and the dash in the middle. Bianca says, I feel confident.
Okay, period.
I
can't wait to see what you guys come. I hope that some of y'all do this. If you've got a laminator, I want to see y'all finish this project. Challenge yourself. This is not an easy Cricut project. It's really not. But this is a good challenge. If you like a challenge, this is the project for you.
Yep.
For sure.
It really is.
All right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow in the membership. If you're not a member and you want to become a member, you will get to participate in our Facebook Members Only Masterclass. So hopefully you guys will be there for that. And it's at 1:30 Eastern Standard. We're going to be making Mother's Day card. So hopefully we will see y'all over there.
So excited. We will see you
right.
guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, guys.